Well, I like today's because it is very practical, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. And it talks about mustard. So
Yeah, which I
another
well, and we know my husband loves mustard, so
Elliot big mustard guy.
well, yeah, condiments in general, and then very specifically yellow versus Dijon, which
Ooh,
Seth talks about in today's article.
that's right.
Would you like to read
So
it, or
let's
you read it?
yeah, let's get into it. I'll read it.
Okay.
Uh what sort of better? Sneakers are better for running a marathon, but shoes are better for a wedding reception. This is the better of utility, finding something that does the job it sets out to do. And then there is the better of taste. Yellow mustard might be better than Dijon mustard. Not for me, perhaps, but for you. When we sacrifice utility for taste, it pays to acknowledge that we've done so. Just because you like the shape of the bridge you just designed doesn't mean it's going to support trucks that drive over it. Good job, Seth.
Hmm.
Um, what I do think is kind of funny is that we're using taste as this like broad, well, not broad, but this concept of taste and food in the same thing. And so it's like, I think it's easy to get kind of initially get stuck on taste, like actual, like the sensory, the
Yeah.
sense, the sense of taste. Um,
Hmm.
so it's like, leave that behind for a second. And it's not about the taste, whether you prefer it or not, but the taste, or I could be missing the point and it's actually all tied in together. Still working on my cup of coffee here.
Preference, or like I think maybe it's
Preference.
design, like because at first I was thinking quality, but that's not what he's saying. Because like quality has a valid place when you're making like a purchase decision, but in this case, I think he's saying like the bridge is meant to get someone from one place to another. It
That's
doesn't
utility.
matter how pretty it is, as long as as long as it can do that safely and effectively. The
That's right.
design is just a
Design.
preference on top of that. That doesn't impact whereas quality, you could argue something could be designed or have a better aesthetic, but not be greater quality. Those are often equated, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Um, and but there are times where choosing quality or like a premium feature does outweigh the more basic one because it lasts longer. Or like I'm thinking clothes, for example. I've learned that lesson. Like sometimes sometimes buying higher quality clothes is worth it. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's the same manufacturer, they're just putting a different brand on it. So I think I don't know, that's kind of where my brain was going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like function versus feeling, to use two F words. We've talked about F words
Oh.
before, but yeah, the function of it versus how it makes you feel or how it like maybe moves you. Um, which perfect world, you can pull off both. You make sure it does the job, but then it's also pleasing to use or to look at or to experience. Um, so yeah, so maybe let's see. It's short, but I do feel like it's philosophical. So when we sacrifice utility for taste, it pays to acknowledge that we've done so. So there's almost like acknowledging function, acknowledging feeling, and then acknowledging a sacrifice of utility for or of the function for the feeling. So again, me being like, what's behind this? Like trying to like psychoanalyze Seth while he's
Getting
writing. Like,
upset.
if there's something, I wonder if there's something in culture right now that he's sort of, being like,
Yeah.
this is a parable of sorts, or if he's experiencing something in his own, manufacturing of a book or a product he's working with. That's, um, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
there's any merit in doing that so many times on this podcast, but
well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking I was kind of going more to like practical examples, but I like that you're going to more of the like philosophical examples. Like my brain was like just the first thing I thought of, which is so random, but now I'm thinking, Seth lives in New York. So I was thinking like there's that and of course I can't remember the name of it because I can't remember anything these days, but It's over by Hudson Yards in New York City. Is this architectural form? Because it's not even a building. Like it's kind of hard to describe because it's not a building.
Oh,
It's
with the steps? Like,
sure. Yeah. Yeah, you want to Google it? I can't remember the name of it is. But like you could argue like what's the point because there is no utility of it. Like it's however, um someone was clever enough to think what is a piece of art or like destination that people would want to come see because that area used to be like when I was in college there, you didn't go over there. Like there was one concert venue over there that was massive that had like big shows. And so that was the only time you would go over that area. And now it's like one of the most sought after areas of New York City to live in. It's like very bougie, it's high end, it's like it's wild because it's the opposite of what it was when I was there. It's like a bunch of warehouses and sketch. Um, and so anyway, and like you can like walk up there and take photos and all that. So yeah, that's like well, it does have some utility even though you can't see it outright in the sense that it's like helped the economy in that area. It brings people joy. So that's yeah, that's interesting. It's like the utility might not always be the physical, practical thing. It could be what metaphysical or like bring you joy or delight or impact by bringing people to a destination like bridges for example the what's the bridge in well let's just take New York City as like Brooklyn Bridge right like very much utility but also people come from all over the world to see the Brooklyn Bridge so
yeah. Or Golden Gate. Golden Gate, this, beautiful. It could have just been concrete, probably across or something. But yeah, it's called the vessel. The
the
vessel, I think, what you're
vessel.
referring to. But you're like taking us in a direction of like how impactful taste is, and
Mhm.
like I know we talk a lot about AI and stuff, but like I've heard a lot of people talk about how one of the differentiators in the future when function is pretty much taken care of by automation or robots, like things will get done in an efficient manner. Done like and so what differentiates your product or service when it's all automated over another? Like what's your
Yeah.
advantage? And how the future advantage is human and taste, and probably like taste speaks to the human. Like, what makes the vessel ugly to one person and like fascinating in a destination for another that turned the culture of an entire neighborhood around. The Cybertruck is one
Oh
that
my
is
gosh. Yes,
has
that's a
been
controversial one.
really polarizing in the last few years, and it's like it's so weird because at first I was like, so as a small, but as an investor of Tesla, I'm like, what a waste of time. Please focus on the minivan. Like, let's sell minivans, Elon. Can we
Mhm.
not, attack a high sell? And I know a lot of people buy trucks, but like F-150s, like
Yeah.
white F-150 utility trucks, like utility. I just said the word. And
Yeah.
so like, what is it about the Cybertruck? Oh, where I was going with that is that my wife and I recently, we're a Tesla family. We're all in on the Model 3 and Model Y. Um, but like we were at the Tesla dealer or whatever, and we were like, both of us just kind of had this moment where we're walking around the Cybertruck, this giant chunk of, shapes,
Metal. Yeah.
aluminum shapes. And I looked at her and I was like, I hate to say it. And she's like, it's growing on me too. And I was like, I know. I hated this thing, but like I when you sit in it and you experience it, you're like, I kind of get it, and I hate that it's doing this to me. But like the taste is this weird taste is such a weird kind of mysterious thing where it connects with one person immediately and not with another person. Those people may switch in
Hmm.
their preference of a thing. Some people may have moved away from Hudson Yards because the vessel was this hideous, like shiny piece of architecture or art.
Hmm.
I wonder if someone's coined architecture. Probably
Oh,
not because it's hard to say. It's hard
art,
to say.
Arctic texture. Yeah, that is hard to say.
I
Well,
love a
another
good
real
portmanteau.
example is the Cybertruck is a great example of that because Elliot and I talk about that every time. Every time we see one, we're like, ah. And I always say I reserve the right to judge it until I've sat, because I have not sat in one. Because that's kind of how I feel about Teslas. Honestly, you're probably gonna hate that I say this, but like I
Nope,
think they
go for
look
it.
old and outdated now. Like I do not think they're cool looking anymore. I think they have not innovated on the design. I
Yeah.
don't, I'm not attracted to them as a car anymore. However, when you sit in one, it is I do enjoy sitting in one and riding in one. I like the way it feels, I like the openness and the light and all that kind of stuff. So, and the minimalist, you know. So anyway, that's a great example. Another example, my hero, Sara Blakely. Um, she created her new brand is Sneeks. Have you seen these?
Yeah, you were telling me about him.
Yes. So they, similar to the Cybertruck, super controversial when they landed. Like she got tons of like bad, I wouldn't say like bad press, but like people that were like, what is she thinking? These are so ugly. We've already like Skechers did the like sneaker heel 10 years ago, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
So for everybody who's not heard of this,
So
it's
yeah,
basically that, right?
it's a sneaker on a stiletto heel is like the that she she calls it like a hybrid like high heel hybrid. Anyways, um but two things. One, everyone I noticed who like didn't like them were not her target audience. So for example, when they launched, everybody, all my friends know that I love Sarah. So they launched, I like text a group of friends and was like, it's here, you know. And all of them were like, so ugly, can't believe it, whatever. And I sat there and I was like, none of them would pay $500 for a pair of shoes. But
For five
I
hundred dollars.
I have never, up until now, I have not ever paid that for a pair of shoes. However, at the time, I was working a very demanding on, like, I was in airports every week, rushing, you know, from one thing to the other. I wanted to feel comfortable and confident, like, because I would be going from the airport straight into a meeting that was, you know, really important. I was also like exclusively pumping for a whole year during all of it. So like I was her prime target audience. I'm like, and also I'm like bold. Like I liked, I'm like kind of this like, you know, I don't like to be fit in a box. I'm not like
Make a statement.
yeah, I'm not like ultra feminine, but I do like to, you know, feel put together. So, anyways, it was just wild to me because so fast forward, I'm at this is the world's longest story that no one cares
It's
about. But
great.
I'm at this conference with similarly like it was only probably like 100 people, but I would say 75% of the people were women there. And this woman that I know, I looked down and she's got them on, and I literally dropped to my knees in front of, and I was like, Krisha, you have Sneaks, and she was like, yes. And then like these other two women came over because they like heard me exclaim, and we all had this exact conversation, which was, I didn't have the guts to buy them. I'm so glad that like I'm seeing them in person. She took it off and like we all were like holding it because you can feel the quality is like the leather is like super high quality, real leather, whatever. So anyway, I
Yeah.
bought them immediately and here we are and they're amazing. You put them on your feet and they're like they feel incredible. And so all that to say, I don't know but like it's just so interesting how good, you know, Elon is psycho as he is probably knew exactly what he was doing with the Cybertruck. He knew it would be controversial, but he got attention out of it. And then like similar with Sarah, like she knew like, yeah, people are probably gonna 90% of the female population is gonna hate this, but the 10% who this is for are going to love it. And that's exactly it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of going back to Seth Godin's tribe concept. You know,
People
create it.
like us
Yeah.
wear high sneaks like this. You found your tribe there at the place. And that's like I think this is the power of taste. So coming back, yeah, there's like a ton of Seth Godin all over what we're talking about, right? Like it's not like you said a huge phrase which is it's not for them. Like this
Hmm.
concept of like it's a product or a thing is purposefully not for a
Yes.
whole bunch of people so that the people it's for would drop down to their knees and go, like super fans. Um, so trying to like let's go back to this function piece because you just said something there. You could tell it's quality in your experience trying them on or in talking to her. Is it something where it's a there's a great phrase that's not coming to my brain, but where you're biased because you want it to work, like you want it to go well, so you like make all these concessions, or is she like it's actually so comfortable
Yeah, that's
and
exactly what it was. It was like, I know it's hard to believe because they look crazy, but like it is actually so comfortable. Yeah.
so it's functional in the fact that it is a high heel, a
Mhm.
stiletto even. So like
Mhm.
I've not seen these shoes, but like am
Oh,
I?
Daniel, you gotta look at. You should actually. I know we should wrap this up, but like Google it and look at them so people hear your reaction as you see it
Uh
because
oh,
it's
I
pretty.
have to go into YouTube reaction mode. Okay. Uh,
It's Sneex because people have pretty strong reactions to them.
okay, let's see.
No
I
pressure.
mean, I was actually expecting to be more like what, but some of the here you go. I'm not a massive sneaker head, but I do know some words. So
Oh.
certain of these colorways,
Mhm.
uh, I don't know that I would. But see, look, she got me with the Napa leather
Mhm.
black suede, which look
Mhm.
pretty cool. And
Mhm.
and it is. It's like a sneaker with a
Mhm.
stretchy thing over the top because I have given up on laces about five,
Yeah.
10 years ago. I was like, I'm never tying my shoes again. Why do we still act like cavemen and tie shoe strings around our but so I like that they look like they're slip on too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like to me the stiletto heel part is actually still very much the same function of the old, but it must be in the rest of the shoe that supports the foot in
Yeah,
a way
that's
that's more comfortable.
yeah, I guess like the science behind it is the weight distribution. So most high heels, your weight is on the ball of your foot, whereas these, it's in the middle of your foot. However, she designed them that like, yeah, and it's true. Like I have walked in the, I have literally put them on at 6 a.m., got on a flight, gone straight to the office, like wore them for 12 hours and in zero pain. Like I
Wow.
don't even feel like I'm wearing heels. Um, yeah. And for the record, not
So,
that it really matters, but I bought the cheapest ones, the 395 ones.
hey,
Yeah.
listen, Sarah. We know you listen. You must be
Oh
listening.
my gosh.
So
I
if
don't know what
you
I would do if I I would
have
be paralyzed.
have your people reach out to us, we would love to have an affiliate code, and along with our friends at Joey, who have yet to reach out, but we know you're out there.
I know
Joey and
I need to
Sneeks.
I'll do that today. I'll send Joey the recording from Friday. That was fun.
But
Oh yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
wrap this up, Daniel, after this 18-minute conversation about sneakers and the vessel.
yeah. Well, I think just to come back, like Seth's kind of warning, it seems like, or maybe where his head is that like, and I would say just to mix in some of who I'm hearing on the internet these days, is that taste is a differentiator. Taste is polarizing on purpose. Taste helps you to identify your customer,
Mm.
but never. That's a blanket statement, but I think what he's saying here is like, no, he's not saying that. He's saying at least acknowledge if you're going to sacrifice utility for taste. So I don't actually know. I don't know if we've landed on like a big solid why he's saying that. But if we're to take this for like what it is, it's advice to acknowledge in one way or another that you're sacrificing utility for taste.
I think the Cybertruck was a perfect example of that, Daniel. Like I think you nailed it with that. Like I could totally see Seth like, walking down the street and seeing a Cybertruck and thinking that exact statement. Like
Hmm.
like acknowledging that this is it really a truck if we're not using it for utility, right? Like I don't know. I think you nailed it with that example because I think
Oh,
it's
thanks.
no longer for people are not buying a Cybertruck to haul things from one area to another. They're buying it strictly for taste, to make a statement, because they think it's cool. They want to be different. They want to be associated with something. I literally can't think of another example that is that. So I think you nailed it.
Well,
Well
there you
done.
go.
Visit
Elon, if your people
sethseth.com.
visit saidwhat.com if you work for Tesla, Joey,
Yeah.
or
Sara
Sneeks.
Blakely. Yeah,
We'd love
Sneaks.
to hear from you. We will sell out completely to put your brand on our.
Yes, we will.
Just kidding. SethSaidWhat.com. Reach out. Thanks for listening, and like and rate and subscribe wherever you listen, so that we know you're out there and you want to hear more.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Holly.